Hey guys, ever wonder what it would be like to have your own personal therapist? Actually, two therapists, right at home, available at any time for free? I think I found the perfect solution, and it's called NotebookLM by Google. NotebookLM is an experimental program made by Google that uses artificial intelligence to analyze anything you throw at it. It's been an absolutely game changer for me, allowing me to offload my thoughts, anxieties, frustration in a safe space. Let me show you how I use it as part of my daily routine. I start my day with a walk in the neighborhood. Just being outside, enjoying the fresh air, and getting some sunlight helps clear my head. While I'm walking, I will put on my AirPods and use the iPhone Voice Memo app to record whatever is on my mind. This is the time for me to verbalize my thoughts. Whether it's stress, gratitude, or anything weighing on me, it's a way for me to unload without worrying about judgment. Once I'm home, I airdrop the voice memo onto my laptop. And here's where the next step comes in. I open MacWhisper, which transcribes the entire voice memo into text for me. It's really simple, just drag and drop the file within seconds. Let me show you how I do it. So I will open MacWhisper here, and I will airdrop the voice memo file onto my computer. Here I've done it already, and it will transcribe this voice memo file directly using MacWhisper. And this program is only maybe $5 to $10, I think, on the App Store. I'll put the link down below to download this app. And now I can click copy, and I will first sometimes put it into day one for my journal, as part of my journal, because these are all my thoughts. But I also put in NotebookLM, and the website is notebooklm.google.com, as you can see here. And you can see that I've made a lot of notebooks because I love playing with it. But let's make a new notebook, and the first thing it will ask you to do is upload some sources. In this case, it's not going to be a link or a Google document, it'll just be a text. But you can also put in links. In this case, I'll copy and paste the thoughts that I made with my iPhone while walking outside, insert it. And the key here is to generate an audio podcast, and I will start clicking generating. And while I'm talking here, it will start generating a podcast about the few seconds I was dictating in it. But the amazing thing is you can make a podcast about pretty much anything. You can make a podcast about an article that you wanted to read, or a YouTube video that you wanted to see but you didn't have time. And sometimes what I'll do is I'll go on Reddit and find an interesting thread, and I will cut and paste the whole thread onto this notebook app, and it will actually summarize all the comments that people had, all the insights that people had, and provide it to me in a digestible form. The great thing with this is that once a podcast is generated, you can actually load it up on your phone and listen to it while driving. So, it saves you a lot of time, and it is extremely useful. So, you can see here that not only does it create an audio file, it would actually create a summary. You can create a table of contents, etc., etc. Now the podcast has been generated, and let's take a few seconds to listen to how lifelike it sounds.
All right, ready for a deep dive into something a little different?
Always.
We're talking about voice memos.
Okay, I use them. What about them?
Not just any voice memos. We're going to dig into how people are using them, get this, to tackle negativity and anxiety.
Oh, interesting. Like a personal pep talk you can replay.
Kind of. We found this audio clip, someone walking and talking, just letting their frustrations spill out into their phone.
Everyone's got a little vent session now and then. What makes this one stand out?
This person, they mentioned using AI to transcribe it afterward.
Wow.
So can you tell the difference between humans talking and a machine talking? I really can't tell the difference. It sounds so human to me. This is the amazing part about this program, is that the voices sound so human. It feels like I'm actually listening to an actual conversation. And this lifelike quality is what makes the experience so effective. It's almost like listening to your own thoughts interpreted through these two hosts. It's also more structured and clear, And there's no fear of judgment because it's an AI program, and it's easier to be vulnerable when you offload your thoughts. But here's where it helps a lot with mental health. I can create a podcast about anything, and what I recommend that you try doing is you try a gratitude journal to reflect about what you might be thankful for. We all know that humans have a negativity bias. It helps you with survival to think about negative things, but it doesn't really make you happy. And I think focusing on what makes you grateful through a podcast is actually really helpful. I also made a podcast about the meaningful moments in my life. And I even made one about my personal biography. Each of these podcasts helped me gain more insight, helped me reflect and grow in new ways that I never thought possible. And it's not just reflecting my thoughts back to me. NotebookLM gives you this third-person perspective that's hard to achieve on your own. And listening to yourself through this podcast allows you to process emotions differently. Sometimes it's in this third-person perspective that you find clarity, understanding, and even solutions you weren't thinking of before. So for me, this has been an incredibly powerful tool to improve my mental health. And if you are looking for a new innovative way to manage stress and anxiety, I highly recommend that you try NotebookLM. If you find another way of using this amazing program, please let me know in the comments below. And if you like this video, please click like and subscribe. Thank you so much.